I've been asking questions of CIOs since 1999. And the question that I always start with is, when you walked into this new CIO role, what did you find? And what they say 99% of the time is, I inherited a mess. There was no project management discipline, the IT budget was out of control, the IT organization was estranged from the business had no faith in IT. So I asked that CIO, what are your plans? How are you going to fix this? And they say new sourcing model, reorganization, IT strategic plan, better relationships. Well, 3 years later, that guy's gone. The next one comes in and I say to that CIO, what did you inherit? And they say, a mess. And it's the same story. Why are they failing over and over and over again? And what occurred to me, it has something to do with technology and its complexity and how expensive it is and how fast it is and how slow it is. Technology is beset by a series of contradictions that makes it just a very challenging function for even the most talented executives to lead. So I broke that down into a number of paradoxes, and I'm going to bring up my favorite one first because I believe it's the great equalizer. I call it the archivist versus futurist paradox. CIOs are tasked with being focused on the future. How is the technology marketplace changing? How is our customer demographics changing? How is the talent pool changing? And CIOs are not alone out there in front. Heads of marketing, heads of sales, CEOs are all focused on the future. However, unlike the CIO, those executives are not tethered by the past. They're not chained by decisions made about their function 15 years before they even joined the company. The CIO is dragging years of underinvestment in technology while trying to stay focused on the future. My favorite metaphor to talk about the archivist versus futurist paradox is the iceberg metaphor. So let's think about the tip of the iceberg. That 10%, 15%, if you're lucky, 20% of the IT budget that goes toward newer technologies. So that tip of the iceberg is a beautiful thing. It's shiny, it's gleaming in the sun. It holds within it predictive analytics and consumer technologies and mobility and everything running on iPads. But lurking below sea level is the rest of the infrastructure. It's the 90% or the 80% of the IT spend. It has suffered from years of underinvestment. It's insecure, it's bloated, it's loosely integrated, and it's expensive. And nobody can see it but the CIO. So the CIO has to figure out a way to solve the problem of the legacy infrastructure while also pandering to the tip of the iceberg. Because if he is unsuccessful in doing that, the bloated bottom will get weightier and will pull the whole thing under.